Kamala Mobanele, and you know what it is, the mentality. Namhlanje is a Protea point, and Suzoboni Grootman, Grootman. I know what you're thinking. Grootman. No, there's reason to that. Sure, asingen. Hola. Hola, this is the mentality. Namhlanje ngiphethe Grootman lami uLEBO, and one thing that I'm excited about over and above the fact ukuthi we're going to be interviewing a man who's achieved a lot of things, right? But you're going to hear about them is the fact ukuthi I'm going to be eating, and you know me, hey, love food. So bheka again. Grootman lami unjani ba? No, mnandi. So angitshela ukhulelaphi? Where do you come from in terms of Soweto?
I was born Naledi, Deep Soweto. Grew up, spent a bit of my life in Naledi and Tladi. But most of my years, we moved to Shawelo ka 1985. So from 1985, then Kaholela Shawelo. Spent a lot of my years there. I think about close to 20 years Gitoko Shawelo. So, but they know me from Shawelo.
Grootman, why did you choose this name?
You know the term Grootman, as it explains itself, Grootman, but you know, like us, when we say Grootman, it's not just about age. Someone has to deserve that name, you know. It's someone alluring respect. This one's I told from you. What is it that this person has done to deserve the respect? What is it that the person has done to deserve, or now you look up to them, you know? So the term Grootman is basically about umuntu who has achieved some things. The upcoming generations are looking up to him, and bamu respect for that, and probably even when I did something inside Yetang to give back and plow back to the community, which is why they deserve the term Grootman.
So how long have you had this shop, and tell us about the actual shop, which was going on here, and why is it different to others?
So this shop has been operating for 2 weeks, literally. Just 2 weeks. We started opening doors 2 weeks ago, but we cut the ribbon yesterday, just yesterday. But we gave it 2 weeks so that the staff can get used to the shop, understand the numbers about Habata, especially towards month end, the rush high, so that by the time we launch the shop, because there will be a lot of people at the launch, but Skibaba too overwhelmed. So in that 2 weeks, they got preparations, they understood how the shop is run, they understood what's where, you know, so that Basketball buys are during the launch, which was yesterday, and all went so well. Yeah.
So before this latest venture of food, I know you were on TV. Tell us a bit about that, your background in terms of television.
Television, I've been on television for the past 26 years. Started as a teenager, had love for TV, actually felt my talent needs to be shown, needs to be seen. And apart from talent, everyone has a story to tell. And what I need to say. But for television, also it's like a calling, you know, because at some point I knew what I wanted to do, and then I on TV, so that TV. I'll say how an artist is to inspire people. So inspirational. Inspire is the opposite of expire. When something has expired, it means haisana moya. There's no oxygen, there's no life in it. So when you inspire, you are breathing a new life into the next person who's either watching your work or listening to your songs or whatever it is, it's a manly art that you are showing it to them. You are inspiring them. You are breathing new ideas into them. You are making them think differently. You are obahemela bocha.
Did you choose it? Did you say, I want to be an actor? Did you stumble upon it? And if you did not choose it, how did you recognize ukuthi this is what I want to do?
I've always been a performer. From Kokrej, my first performance, Nene Kokrej, I was playing Angel Gabriel. Remember, Angel Gabriel was the one who brought the good news to Mary, Mother of Jesus, that he was going to bear a miracle baby who's going to save lives. And I was playing that angel. And then I won the first prize. It was a bicycle. I was very happy because my parents couldn't afford it. So I've always been a performer, and I've always loved telling stories. So somehow I knew that my destiny either go television or in the film and radio industry. I knew.
When it comes to TV, right? How did you get into TV? Because I'm sure there's a lot of young people out there who want to know, how do I break into TV?
Breaking into TV years ago was actually quite difficult because unlike today, when I social media and young people can do their platforms that different on social media and they can showcase them without agents. Before, you needed to have like a proper agent, and you needed to audition in order to get into the proper agent. But how I did, I think I was very fortunate as well, because when I started to join, I think it was 1995, my very first audition, I got the very biggest role. Having joined an agency on the first day, auditioned the first day, got the biggest role on the first day. Everything happened on the first day. So it felt like everything was falling into place. I was like, yeah, when it's the right time, everything just falls into the right place, you know? Yeah.
I'm sure the road to you going into television and now being a businessman, it has not been an easy road, right? So now, what I'd like us to do, Uti, let's get into how you ended up being a runner, right? And what has pushed you to become a runner and what you've learned. So, Bega, again, what we're gonna do is, as via, no, you know we need to pay the bills. So, Masbuya, we're gonna get into the other side, Ega LEBO. We're gonna talk about his challenges, whether in TV and as a business person, and look into why he picked up Indaba running. Sure, see you on the other side. Hola. Hola, and then we back again, Kamala Mobanele, and this is the mentality. Ngihleli no Grootman lana uLEBO, and we are Maz, you know, a lot of us Maz Guzoro, you know, but he's been on a lot of TV shows, and now he's just opened a new place like Protea Point, so it's Kaslako. So now we're gonna get into something else, because you know very well Ugotoke Sharp. You've seen him on TV. Now we're in his new business, which is a restaurant, but he is also a runner. Let's find out Uti, what is going on with the running. So tell me, Put, in terms of running, why did you pick up running? What's going on there?
When I picked up running, because now I've been doing a lot of television, and at that time, yeah, we were paid well, you know. And when you're paid well and you're young and everything is happening all at the same time, you are being invited everywhere. You get freebies, ngapa, you know. And there's an element of weight gain, yana. And you know how it is with sets, you know, you would shoot one film there, the next film there. In fact, in the olden days, we would shoot a 13-part episode for 7 or 8 months. That's how serious it was. I know nowadays they take a month or even less. So the craft and the food on set, and you're always on set, there's no time to work out, you're eating left and right, so you actually gain weight. So, and also for Mekhaya, you know, hereditary, we, Sabantu Bakulu, naturally. So it's easy to pick up weight. So I picked up a lot of weight. And I had also landed a new job apart from television acting. I was a brand ambassador for an alcohol brand. So as I was a brand ambassador, you know, with alcohol, whiskey, there's always food pairing. So we'd go around eating everywhere. Apart from eating on set, I would be eating on this other job as well. We'd be flown everywhere, do whiskey festivals that complement food as well. So I picked up a lot of weight. So my uncle who introduced me to running, who's been a runner for quite some time, and then he said to me, hey mfana, hey, I know, so good blind. Also, when I'm you can't see your own feet because mkaba blokile. You need to do something about it. As I was in my 20s, then early 20s, and if you are in your early 20s and you can't even see your own shoes, you're gonna have a problem by the time you reach your late 30s or even 40s. If you go at this rate, take care of yourself early so that how old are you age gracefully. Try running. I try to join at the gym. You know how it is with gym. Hey, lazy, we are once a week, once a month, and then your debit orders go, and then I go gymming, you feel guilty. No, let me give you a recipe that's gonna work for free, my man. Just buy one pair of shoes, running shoes. You buy once, you run almost every day for free. Start mahala, run every day. And then I was like, okay, I'll take up the challenge. Started with him, started training with him. 2 days a week, nyana. I took us I will come back. It was very difficult at first, extremely difficult. But also, I realized that I also love challenging myself as a person. Whenever I take up a new challenge, I have certain objectives and certain goals that I want to reach. I'm like, I've started this thing. Let me see how far I can get. And once I reach that goal, I'm like, let me see if I can double that in a very short space of time, and then I set a limit for myself. So because of that character, it brought the love for running. My very first run, 2008, was Soweto Marathon. And then he said to me, start at least 5 kilometer, then it's like a 10, then maybe a 15 yana, a 21, then you can run a full marathon. A full marathon is a 42 kilometer marathon, 42 kilometers, excruciating. So because I've been training and I was playing soccer a little bit, and I was like, man, the 42. My very first time on an official race was a 42 kilometer marathon. Soweto Marathon, one of the most difficult marathons in the country. So I started on that. Hey, my brother. I finished. I finished in time. Also gave me a good qualifier for comrades, but I couldn't go to comrades that year because Nekilemo changed to running. Qualified for comrades, but I couldn't work for the whole week.
Because it does take a toll.
It does, it's excruciating, But I love the thrill. What it did to me, what running does is that you see change very quickly. Ogamata 1 week, you will be different from the previous week. Like, how? Okay. Oh, okay, now it's stiff here. Oh, okay, now I'm getting flat nyana. Oh, let's see if I can go further,
And then for your mental, how does running, would you say, contributed to your mental health?
I've realized that running, it's only life. It resembles life a lot. In life, when I learn flat, whereby in 20 smoothly, you get what you expect. Expectation versus perception. Are you getting what you expected? Yes. Or flat. Sometimes life is so is the road. What do you do when you get to an uphill? Some people would stop like, some people would say, hey, let me walk, but I know I'll get there. Some people would say, I'm not ready for this. Life is jwalo, and people behave jwalo differently through life. So also, when you've trained enough, you are able to run that steep hill, and then it's also gonna go. Life is exactly like that. So mentally, you know what goes up must come down. So run that hill, at the end of that hill, there's light at the end of the tunnel. Either flat or well, just like life. So you train a mentally, even if you're a new girl, you will get through this. And then what's your objective? What's your main objective? It's that finish line. At that finish line. What is it that I can do if I feel tired now? Let's reserve the energy. Maybe don't go too much. Reserve a little bit. There's water stations. Grab some bit of water. Walk a little bit. But run. The objective is to get to that finish line. Just like life, when you set your goals, there's my goal. I cannot go back now. I cannot give up now. Whether you are crawling, whether you are walking, my brother, move forward and
100% pega proame. Yabona uchini ubhuti athi in life you have to keep moving, and the most important thing ukuthi ufana uyenze is to set that goal and then realize ukuthi even in your pacing, right? Whether it's sometimes you have to move faster, sometimes you have to move slow, or you have to keep moving. And move here, right? Because after, when we come back from the short break, Suzongena into more detail, we're gonna see his accolades. Ukuthi as in, le Grootman leli liyabangena. Sure, hola. Hola, so we're back at it, Kamala Mobanele, and this is still the mentality. Bheka manje sibuze uGrootman lethu ukuthi uwenzani as uGrootman eKasi, and what are kind of the challenges that you're seeing eKasi, where you think you might make change or you're already making a change. What is the closest thing to your heart right now that you feel you need to make a change in?
You know, the closest thing to my heart, Dona Bruaka, is to build Banawanyani and also to push the narrative ya unity. You know, Hagalebangata, with one goal, pushing in the same direction, we get to reach there quicker. But now when everyone is doing their own thing there, and there, it takes time and we're pulling in different directions. It takes time to get where we want to go, either as a society or as a community or as a nation. What's closest to my heart is to bring people together. Let's have one goal. We want this, and then let's go there together. So what I do usually through running, because runners are the same mentality. We don't just run because the materially different. There are some people in running who have survived depression. There's some people in running who are cancer survivors. There are people in running who were on the verge of committing suicide, but through running, and then they met Batwa Bambatsona and LEBO, and they managed to get through the pain in the Banaliona through running and the assistance from other runners. So this is what I do now. Sometimes we organize food parcels for either the needy or Bonghono. We'd have a blanket drive, deliver. There's NGOs around. There's one called Lefereng that we normally visit. It's at the soup kitchens where we cook for kids. You know the love. With a broad smile for that slice of bread and soup. It warms my heart. And then it's at those pad drives. Maybe how to matter. Sanitary towels. The NGOs. There's one also called Ikaching in Orlando. So I always love giving back in any form. And also another thing, we bring awareness to the visually impaired and the blind every October. We run for like 12 hours, my brother, around location, running so we took off. People then we start telling them about it. We run and also stop. An optometrist who advise people what to do in order to prevent blindness. What is blindness? How important it is Kenya mazazaha during the day. The UV light. What's UV light? When you're looking at your laptop, the blue light. When you're looking at your phone, how do you protect your eyes? So we raise a lot of awareness in doing that. We also have runners by Shokang. We see there's talent, we spot talent, identify talent, collect as the runners, we buy them data, we buy them running gear. So basically helping Batwabang who are less fortunate than us.
So when it comes to out, you know, young men out there, what do you think they're doing wrong and what do you think maybe they're doing right?
Okay, what out, you mean younger or out in general? Young men, what they're doing wrong when Bruaga. Tabaya competition. Nining also compare le omong, not knowing background they're high. How to attain whatever that they got. And then nining her computer because this one you think has got better clothes or you know and now you start hating on them or talking badly about them. Unlike engage and talk to them, how did you get that? How did you attain that? We talked to Joan so what did you do? So what they doing wrong, everybody's trying to do their own thing because what our computer, mo fete ole, so that a bonahale hore ya namnya, so that when people watch us, ka re batla ho boniwa haholo, you know, this era ya social media, everybody wants to shoot a le montle, a bonahale in the more community, and or o feta mang flashing chelete, and you don't know but ba flashing chelete eo, are they doing it for popularity? Maybe batla the likes on social media because now ba khona lo patala. Wena o nka serious na motho o na le nyoso wa mo hater, and you know,
And
and I
you're
think that's
lost on
yeah,
yourself.
and let's engage, and I think we need to exchange ideas. If moto you think or they're doing better than you, find out what is it that they, how are they doing it better, so that lo ena ba khona ho choose. And believe me, anybody only better than you is always willing to help you lo ena be better. Yeah.
So, intwana ekas, right? If they want to learn like a business,
Yeah.
if they want to learn running,
Yeah.
if they want to learn about TV, right? What is there anything that you can do? Is there, should they come to you? Should they contact you? What would you advise them to do?
Intwana zasekhaya wena bro wami, and they see me all the time running and starting, I don't mind, they can stop me. How I would like to get into running, then I can tell them. Others even do. Baba bang stop, I give matter starting, hey man, I want to get into TV. What is it that I can do? Then I give them advices. So they mustn't be scared to come and ask. They can also come to the shop as well. Then we can sit down and talk. And then I can help them. But also, I get all handed into on a silver platter. I think also that's another problem. Youth, sometimes they feel they're too entitled. And then that element of working hard for something, we worked hard to get where we are. And they feel the world owes them, or the parents owe them their success. You need to work hard for it. We need to teach them, if what are something, work hard for it, so that by the time we tell, you understand the value. Okay, so you go gym 100 kg, also train like 10, 20, you know, you need to be strong enough in order to carry that heavy one. So the strength sits like in the practice. Work hard for stuff.
Work hard for
Yeah.
stuff. So, when it comes to that working hard, ne, how do you, what would you say? How would you get your mind to adapt to that? Or okay, this is what I want to do. How do you motivate yourself to start?
Focus on the prize. Focus on the prize. You know what you want. Once you know what you want, you start thinking of a plan of how to get there. And then once you focus on the end result, knowing how to get there, even you can stumble or derail a little bit, but because now you are focused on the end result, if ke derail like yakwa, it'll take me time to get to where I want to go. As long as you know what you want, you will focus on the road to get there. Yeah.
And then, you know, being a public figure for a long time, right? And you did say, you know, there was a time a lot more money, like crazy, and then you were young, right? So a lot more young people are getting these opportunities, whether through social media, and what would you say they need to do to protect themselves? Because that has a potential to too much money too early.
Yeah.
You might find yourself not achieving what you've achieved, where you actually end up having a business. So what would you say they must look out for?
Identity. Once you know anything, but because you are so grounded and rooted to who you are, I never easy. They must never mix lifestyle ya social media le life ya bona nje originally. Yes, on TV we make believe. Sometimes we appear as if it's all glitz and glamour. That's how television goes. Tell lie vision. You tell lies through that vision. We know people are faking it. They must know that. They must differentiate that. Yeah, it's all entertainment. But because we're not something way about lang, even if you need to be as if you are faking it, but do not forget who you are.
Never forget
who you are. And then in that case, you'll be rooted more identity in your house.
Yeah, sure. Anizole wafethu Grootman lami uLebu and sendaweni yakhe lana kuse Grootman by Lebu PALESANE. You've heard everything that he told us. He told us about his business, which we're currently in, and he's told us about his acting career. He's told us about how to keep your mental health in check, and which is ukugijima, running. It's cheap. He said it was cheap, right? Yeah, it's cheap. You just buy a pair of shoes and then you're again. Okwamanje, we're gonna enjoy the food that is being prepared here, and it speaks to the kind of variety that he offers. So Zogala is an Ameriako, is an Abantwana Bako, whatever, nje, if you need it, ukudla, Zogala fit. Sure. Hola.